Hey guys, I'm Sergeant with Columbus Police. What's gonna happen is I need everybody to leave the house.
Man,
Anybody else want to know?
Suck my bro. Bro, you put your hands on me, bro.
Stop! I will tase you. Get on the ground.
A closet door, a cord tied from its handle to the front door across the room. Inside, an 8-year-old boy waiting to be let out to eat. That detail wouldn't surface for days. On June 28, 2024, all Columbus, Ohio police knew was that a woman named LaShonda Wilder had called 911 to report her 8-year-old son, Martonio, missing. She told dispatch he'd run away sometime after they'd all gone to bed, and that the back door had been found
just
wide
after
open.
Midday.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
I'm at 1044 Olmsted Avenue, please. Can I get a school here? My 8-year-old son ran away last night. My other son, they got separate rooms, so they was in different rooms. Nobody did leave. I don't know what time it is.
What time? When was the last time you seen him?
We all went to bed at like 9:30, 10 o'clock. My back door was wide open. Oh, man. Oh, man.
The dispatcher
It
said
wasn't the first time. By her own account, Martonio had run away 3 times before, and each time he'd turned up nearby, once at a local park, once behind a neighbor's house.
that child could be in serious danger right now, and there's no time to waste. Waiting on the doorstep is 32-year-old LaShonda Wilder, Martonio's mom. She's hysterical.
All right, do you mind if I go check inside the house? All right, let's go in the house together.
She got up at just before midday. That was when she realized her son was missing. And as she explained on the 911 call, he's run away 3 times before.
Yeah, but we found him, though. We found him at the park one time. Then we found him.
Officers treated the case accordingly. They canvassed the block with his photo, ran a helicopter overhead, and issued an Amber Alert as a precaution. There was no sign of forced entry at the house, and LaShonda told them Martonio had been diagnosed with ADHD and had said before that he hated being there. Nothing about the scene suggested
Nearby,
abduction.
the officer contacts dispatch to set up an Amber Alert.
Mom says he has done this several times before. Mom is hysterical, and son does take medicine for ADHD. Didn't notice anything suspicious. I did clear the house. Didn't notice any suspicious things inside the house. No signs of forced entry. And I got units circulating the area right now for the juvenile. The one time he was found down the road here at the park, right around the corner, and then the other time was, I guess, behind the lady's house, right behind her house. So the last 3 times he ran away, he came home unharmed, right? Okay, let's stay positive, okay? Because he's probably pissed off at you because you didn't give anything, but he's gonna be all right.
The officer tries to calm LaShonda down. Her hysteria isn't going to help them find her son, and it might all be for nothing.
Hey, make sure that back door is locked. This way he comes.
Investigators were confident this was a repeat runaway, not a crime scene, so confident that when a cadaver dog was brought in as standard procedure, some at the scene treated it almost as a
Unseen
formality.
Martonio.
We're on the move, so she's a cadaver dog, so they'll flank the main trailing dog. But we were talking about, like, how it's uncool. He chose to run away on an uncool day.
The officers are so sure Martonio's just run away, they're making jokes about it, and they certainly don't think they'll need the cadaver dog.
We don't deal with them unless it's something like this, so we don't have these all that often over here. At least not till when we get to the point that you guys are out here. Usually we'll find something, you know what I mean?
With no
Then
evidence,
LaShonda's cooperation changed. She had been staying with her girlfriend, 33-year-old Jana. And when officers wanted to search every room of the house with the dogs, she refused to let them, then left with Jana and her 2 other children. Investigators tracked their movements by helicopter but couldn't act without a warrant. Standard guidance for missing. Child cases holds that a home's contents, clothing, personal items, even trash, can hold evidence of where a child went. A mother suddenly blocking access to her own house after being hysterical about her son's disappearance hours earlier was not consistent with an innocent explanation. The warrant came through that night. Inside, officers found the attic locked. When they broke it open, they discovered a sleeping bag bound tightly with string. Inside was a black trash bag. Inside that was the body of Martonio Wilder. The medical examiner's initial exam found visible bruising on his face, cuts on his back, and a deep compression mark on his neck. There was bleeding on his brain. He was also, notably, abnormally thin for his age. None of it pointed to natural causes. The next day, LaShonda and Jana turned
Back in the
themselves
house is not.
Hey guys, I'm Sergeant with Columbus Police. Hey, so here's what's gonna happen, okay? We need Miss Lowe's cell phone. If somebody's okay, so what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Hey guys, I'm still talking, okay? What's gonna happen is I need everybody to leave the house because we're you have to immediately exit.
What are you talking about? And my kid here, what are you talking about?
You can go in the car.
Man,
Anybody else want to know?
suck my bro.
Okay.
Bro, you put your hands on me, bro.
Stop!
I will tase you. I will kill on the ground.
Everybody else needs to immediately leave the house.
The situation erupts.
He ain't do that!
Stop! Roll this stomach down! Roll this fucking
I can't! I can't!
Put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest. You gonna put me on my face, bitch? You don't grab an officer's taser. What's wrong with you? You do not grab someone on our belt. What's wrong with you? I'm gonna probably punch you too, bro, for talking about facing the ground, bitch. I ain't spit. Yeah, you did.
I think we got enough people right now. We're taking two into custody.
LaShonda was cooperative but distraught, at one point breaking down in the back of a patrol car and telling officers, "I swear to God I heard my son go like this," gasping and mimicking labored breathing before dissolving into
Is
sobs.
a different story.
I'm so sorry I did that. I'm so sorry I did that. I should have told him. I didn't let your brother kill you, I'll tell you. I'm so sorry.
It was an early hint of what she'd eventually admit to hearing that night, delivered before she'd said anything else about what happened. In her first formal interview, LaShonda offered a version of events that shifted blame onto someone who legally couldn't be charged as an adult. Her 9-year-old son. She said Martonio had been locked in a closet as punishment for stealing, and that her 9-year-old had struck him in the head with a rock he'd taken from her cousin's grave. She said she found him unresponsive on June 26th, panicked, and hid the body rather than call for help.
I did kill my baby. I'm telling you, I did. My son did. I just tried to cover it up. The night my son actually passed June 26th at 10 o'clock at night. I was sleeping. My girl was sleeping. You know, I had them in the closet because they be leaving this stuff and they post them and they be stealing. So I had them in the closet. And my son was mad. And he hit me in the head with a rock. I didn't get up when I was supposed to. But then I tried to cover it up because I tried to protect my son. I know I shouldn't have did that. I know I shouldn't have did it. I don't know. I was scared. I ain't never dealt with this in my life.
Her crime.
Jana's account matched almost exactly, down to specifying it was a rock, and that the younger boy had done it.
Story.
My girlfriend told me she had something to tell me. And I went and met up with her. Well, we got dropped. I came to her house. She said her son was missing. And when she said her son was missing, I came to help look for him.
Then the cops found Martonio's body.
And I was asking her, like, you know, what's going on? She wouldn't really tell me at first. So when she had told me, finally came out and told me, after the body was found in the house, she had told me what was going on. She said she didn't want to lose both of her sons because her 9-year-old had her other son to death with a rock. So when she told me, all I could do is say, you gotta tell them the truth. You gotta tell them that your 9-year-old killed your 8-year-old with a rock. And then she was like, but I don't want to lose my son. I said, well, you already lost one. you're gonna go to jail. I'm being at risk, you know, helping you out. I just need you to turn yourself in.
Detectives interviewed the two women separately, so neither could hear or adjust to the other's account. And it didn't take long for the story to fracture.
And collected.
I'm gonna do one better. Since you've been cool, I'm just gonna take the handcuff off altogether, right?
Okay.
Sound good?
Yeah.
All right.
Jana claimed she hadn't been at the house Thursday night and only learned what happened after the fact. But investigators had reason to believe she'd actually been with a man that night. Not at her mother's, as she'd first said, an inconsistency that undercut the rest of her timeline.
So let's, if you don't mind, let's start back to yesterday. Actually, we're going to go back to Thursday. Do you remember when she called you?
She called me around right before she called the police, maybe 11 in the morning. I can't remember.
That's yesterday on Friday, correct?
Yeah.
So on Thursday, where did you spend the night at?
I was at my mom's house.
Your mom. That's normally where you sleep at, right?
That's where I live at.
Okay.
I mean, I sleep at her house a lot because we in a relationship. So, I mean, I wash her clothes. I do a lot. I cook for the kid. I do a lot around the house when I'm not at my mom's.
Jana is almost a second parent to these kids.
So, what did she say she did with him?
She said he ran away out the back door.
Okay. So you never saw him?
No. I just, like I said, she told me he ran away out the back door. She told me the truth.
When did she tell you the truth?
When the body came up and I called.
So what did she tell you she did?
She told me that she had to hide me.
Okay.
So,
did she say where?
She didn't tell me where. She just said she had to hide me.
She also has an explanation for why LaShonda wanted to flee the scene when the cops brought out the dogs.
She had really told me that the reason she had left the house because there was a bunch of drugs in there. So.
In Mom's house?
Not at my mom's house.
In her house?
Yeah.
Oh. So why did she leave? Why?
That's why she didn't want the dogs to search.
But why did she leave 18th again?
She didn't ever tell me why. It was just that she had drugs in the house.
LaShonda, meanwhile, described tying the boys in the closet with a cord to stop them from stealing food, a detail that took on a different weight once investigators connected it to the medical examiner's other finding. Martonio had visible signs of malnourishment, and his repeated thefts of food from classmates and family had been previously flagged as a behavioral issue, rather than what it likely was, a hungry child hoarding what he could get.
Does LaShonda do?
I mean, he get...
How does he get?
I mean, she working with belts.
Belts?
Mm-hmm.
What else?
I done seen her working with extension cord.
Extension cord?
Yeah, or a switch.
LaShonda, apparently, was known to discipline Martonio.
What else how else does he get in trouble? What kind of punishments does he get?
I mean, he gotta walk up and down the steps with this ball or cans. Walk up and down the steps.
What is it?
A weight ball.
Okay, like a kettlebell type thing?
No, a weight ball.
Does he have to do that naked?
I mean, he have in his drawers, but not butt naked.
Okay.
Because Antonio was stealing a lot, so.
What was he stealing?
Food. He done stole people's necklaces. He done stole headphones that she told me. I just know about the food though. So
she's told you about other things, but the only thing you've known about personal knowledge is he's stolen food?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's recall that Martonio's body showed signs of being malnourished. Why else would an 8-year-old steal food? The issue of Martonio apparently stealing keeps coming up.
It happened there in the closet?
That's where they would been tied up at, so they can't steal, because they was stealing from school Pokemon cards too.
How would she tie him up usually?
I mean, she just ties a cord from the closet door to the front door. I just know that the rock would be in the house because she got it from the gravesite, and it was from her cousin's gravesite, and she said that was the last memory.
The rock explanation collapsed entirely once the full autopsy came back. Martonio's injuries from the alleged blow were not fatal on their own. He had still been alive afterward. His actual cause of death was asphyxiation from compression to the front of his neck. He had been choked. A 9-year-old had not done
The
that.
detectives step out for a moment. When they return, they come with a medical examiner's report in hand.
They told us that he was not killed by somebody in the head with a rock.
How was he killed?
That's what we were trying to find out.
That's how was he? That's what I'm trying to say.
He has injuries.
He was alive.
Those injuries could not have killed him.
He was alive?
He was well alive. Like when he was getting hit, I'm telling you, he just went.
Confronted with this, Jana changed her account. She said she'd seen LaShonda holding a crutch near Martonio in the closet, though she initially insisted it never touched his neck, that it had only reached his stomach or the wall beside him. She also said the crutch had been thrown out with the trash, which raised an obvious question detectives pressed her on eye. If it hadn't been used on him, why dispose of it at all? She had no clear answer beyond insisting the timing was coincidental with trash pickup day.
The doctor knows that a 9-year-old did not kill him.
Finally, Jana breaks.
I didn't see her him with a cord.
Well, what did you see her with?
I seen her put crutches, her crutch.
Yeah, now you're getting it.
But
putting her crutch what on?
Like Martonio was, she put, like I said, she put him in the closet. Martonio was still everything. So it wasn't like it didn't never touch his neck, because you see how skinny his neck is. Her crutches for her is big. So she just stuck it. She said, if you don't shut up, I'm gonna beat you.
Okay.
That's all she did.
So where did she put the crutch?
Maybe.
You're holding your neck.
Yeah, you're holding it.
Yeah, no, I'm going in the trash.
No, on him. What did she?
That's what I said. The crutch, like, I'm Martonio.
Okay.
And she stuck it, like, his neck is skinny, so, like, the crutch, like, it touched the corner of the wall. That's what I said. It never touched his neck.
Could the crutch be the murder weapon?
We know that it didn't happen, and it's unfortunate. She didn't want to hurt him. She didn't want to kill him, no. But you guys discussed what to say so you could try and minimize it. Why is the crutch in the trash?
Because
that's what was used.
No. The crutch is in the trash because she was already with the crutch before that he even came up dead or anything.
We're trying to hide the evidence. John, I'm telling you.
When detectives returned to LaShonda with the medical examiner's findings that Martonio had been choked, not struck, her composure broke. She began contradicting her own earlier statements, at one point cursing under her breath before admitting, I did it all. Pressed on what exactly she'd done, she eventually confirmed she and Jana had both used a crutch against Martonio, describing hitting him with it, and, in the account, both women converged on by the end, holding it against his neck.
Girlfriend under the bus.
So why did we have to throw the crutch away then?
I've been off the crutches though.
Why did we have to throw the crutch away?
Because I've been
that
off
night.
That day.
No, that night.
They been.
Why did we have to throw the crutch away?
The crutches got thrown away
that night.
Because
Thursday. Because the trash came Thursday. My trash comes Thursday. There's no reason for me to lie.
LaShonda's reaching a breaking point.
Fuck!
Well, so the abuse of hitting him with cords and making him do weird things with a medicine
But did
ball.
she tell you he cheated too?
She has.
Yeah, she did.
Made me.
And
you need to. Man, no, man. I'll tell y'all the truth. No, she.
What did she do then? How did she do this?
I don't want to tell her. This is all. Oh, I didn't kill my baby. Please don't tell me.
Who killed him?
If you didn't, then who killed him?
I didn't kill you.
Then who did? Who did? We know who killed him.
If I did, if me and her did, it wasn't intentional. I didn't kill him.
We know that.
I didn't kill my baby.
You gotta tell us what happened.
Then what happened?
We both with the grudge.
Finally, she admits it.
She She don't like my son.
What did she have you do? What did you do?
I didn't do nothing. She thought she was gonna see with the crutch.
Where?
On his leg and stuff.
How did he die?
I don't know. I don't know. I swear to God, I don't know. I would have never just killed my child. I don't know.
You're trying to put it on him because he's a kid.
No, I was not trying to put it on him. He died after he got back in that closet. They was both up screaming and arguing. So how was he dead? How did he die?
Because you guys abused him over and over and over.
It wasn't just us.
Over
My
again.
dad too. I'm telling you, he got to act my son.
And he had no muscle tone, and he had no fat because he was starving to death.
I did.
And you killed him.
I did.
Because you continually beat him.
I did.
With the crutch,
I
with
did.
cords.
Are you
listening?
I didn't hit like that though. She's one man.
How many times did you hit him?
Not even 5 times.
Not even 5
I was
times.
hitting his legs to make him stand up.
35 pounds this 8-year-old weighs, and you hit him 5 times with a crutch, and that's after hitting him how many times with the pink cord?
You took the crutch while he's standing there and you put it up against his neck.
He did
She
that.
said it wasn't intentional, that she never meant to kill her son. Detectives noted his weight at the time, roughly 35 pounds, and the absence of muscle tone, consistent with prolonged starvation, not a single incident. Both women were charged with murder and gross abuse of a corpse. As prosecutors built the case, a fuller picture of Martonio's home life emerged from official records. Franklin County Children's Services had documented contact with the family dating back to at least 2022, and LaShonda had not had custody of her children for a period of years before regaining it. 6 months before Martonio's death, on Christmas Day 2023, LaShonda had called 911 herself, accusing an aunt of threatening her with a knife and a gun. Officers found no weapons at the scene. That same aunt later told police she believed the children would suffer if returned home. A warning made months before Martonio's death that went unheeded by the system meant to protect
a corpse. And while preparing the case against them, the detectives uncover a whole history of Franklin County Children's Services had LaShonda on their radar since May 2022. She didn't have custody of the kids for years, but in the last few years, she managed to get it back. There was also contact with police on Christmas Day 2023, just 6 months before Martonio's death. LaShonda called 911 on her aunt, claiming her aunt had threatened her with a knife and a gun. No weapons were found in the house.
She mad because I didn't get my kids Christmas, and I don't have to. They don't deserve it.
So I'm sure you just want her gone, right?
Oh, yeah. And I'm not trying to keep her kid, but if y'all feel that she's okay to go home, because I'm telling
Both
you now.
LaShonda and Jana ultimately pleaded guilty. Each was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 15
okay
years.
to go home, because I'm telling you now, when she go home, and them babies is going to suffer. They gonna go home and be church because of this incident. If they 6 and 8.
LaShonda's aunt was trying to warn the cops even then, but those warnings weren't taken seriously, not until it was too late. Both LaShonda and Jana pleaded guilty. They're both sentenced to life in prison with a possibility of parole after 15 years. It's some small measure of justice for Martonio, who spent his short life abused and malnourished, made to feel guilty for taking up space, and his
What
brother.
remains unresolved is how many earlier warning signs, the prior custody history, the aunt's warning, Martonio's own thefts of food, were seen by anyone with the authority to intervene before June 2024, and why none of them changed his outcome. It's worth sitting with the fact that a 9-year-old was, for a time, the version of this story the two adults responsible tried to sell.